You're such an asshole.
Hello everybody, the old captain here. You can go to assholeconsulting.com. Though this isn't a request, this is a very important video, especially for all the students of the now defunct ITT. And I know I've been, everyone sent me the email. Oh my God, did you see ITT? Oh my gosh, you predicted this, that. What I'm speaking to is directly to the ITT students who think that their lives are over, that society just screwed them up the ass, and I'm going to make your day. But this is going to require that you trust me and listen to me and know that I'm telling you the truth. And this isn't like some fucking preacher coming out, oh, trust, believe in God. And no, as an economist, I'm telling you the fucking truth. So you can think that your life was destroyed and your dreams are destroyed, or you can realize just how lucky you are because you are some of the luckiest kids out there. All right. Number one, you have to realize that your dreams of becoming whatever it was that they sold you to was never going to happen. You were living a lie. Okay? There is an education bubble in the United States where we send predominantly older people who need you to borrow hundreds of thousands of dollars to waste 4 years of your youth and life, giving them their money. These professors and college administrators and fly-by-night for-profit schools, but the public ones too, they transfer annually, and you can look this up, it's called the Bureau of Economic Analysis, they make $1 trillion a year in education. The education industry is $1 trillion a year, all right? It's a gravy train, right? And frankly, they never gave two flying fucks whether or not you got a job out of school or not. This is where these articles have been being written finally by the mainstream media for the past 3 years. I mean, I've been on this for almost 12 years now, but the mainstream media is finally catching up and kind of saying, well, there's a chance that you might not find a job. But that little bit of wisdom there is flooded by the cacophony of you follow your heart and the money will follow. You can do anything. I'm here to tell you, no, you fucking can't. And they fucking duped you guys by having you guys sign away, taking all these student loans and going to these fly-by-night schools or the public, getting worthless degrees, right? The economy is growing at about half the pace it used to back in the evil 40s and 50s, and I know you've been brainwashed by your teachers to think those are evil, racist, horrible, sexist times. Still doesn't change the fact that we are growing half that pace, and there just aren't any jobs out there. Right? And also to mention, if everybody goes to college, the degrees are worthless. And basically, the biggest lies that your teachers and your parents told you is that you could do whatever you want. No, you can't. Why did you, I mean, come on, you have to be really dumb to believe that you can do whatever you want and you'll get paid for it. Wow, I can look at Jennifer Aniston and feel her boobies and I'll get paid for it. Yes, you can major in Jennifer Aniston booby squeezing studies. And somehow I'm going to get a degree in that, right? Now, I know ITT was probably a little bit more practical in the degrees that they were offering, but it's still fly-by-night school and shit. So what has ended up happening is that this is the first dose in your lifetime of the real world you've gotten. And the reason you are lucky, and I know this is a harsh sounding video so far, but you are indeed lucky because you stopped going down that path. You stopped spending the money, you stopped pissing away your time on a degree that was not worth it, and a school that was not really reputable, for a career and a dream and a life that was never going to happen. And unlike people who continued on, think about this. You guys are going for 2-year degrees. Imagine these dipshits getting their doctorates, going to school for 8 years, racking up $200,000 at these high-end liberal arts colleges. They get their fucking doctorate in puppetry. I'm not joking. Look this shit up. Fucking the University of Iowa is starting to offer degrees in social justice. Do you fucking think for a second these kids are going to get their money back? You basically were given a lifeboat off the Titanic, all right, before it hit the iceberg, all right? They made it so you wouldn't spend any more money. Now, you are doubly lucky, because if I could be wrong, but double check this, but I'm quite sure about it. You are doubly lucky, doubly fortunate, because unlike the kids who sign up for federal aid, all right, and federal loans, which are not dismissible in bankruptcy, private loans are. And since ITT was a private institution, there is a chance that your loans, if they're private, can be dismissible because now they're bankrupt and you can't pay back an entity that doesn't exist anymore. All right, but again, you'd have to look at the documents you signed before you signed them. You have to read the detail. And that is another reason you're looking, because these idiot kids going majoring in the liberal arts and worthless degrees and all that other stuff at accredited public schools, the disproportionate percentage of those loans are federal, and they're not dismissible in bankruptcy court. Right? So I know at this moment in time, you think that your life is over, that your futures and dreams have been dashed. I'm telling you, you're lucky, because those dreams are never going to happen. A great quote. It's in 2 of my books. I'll show you one that you definitely have to read later. Great quote comes from the song "Jesus Built My Hot Rod" by Ministry. It's not a Christian band. It's definitely not a Christian band. It's almost a pun. Where you come from, it's gone. Where you thought you were going to, weren't never there. And where you are ain't no good unless you can get away from it. Where you were going weren't never there. All right? You thought you were going to go down this path and you were going to make $60,000 as a culinary artist over at, Le Cordon Bleu. That's another one that went belly up. All you fucking dipshit kids think you're going to become a chef just like a million other kids did. And you find out, oh, no, I'm not. You watch too much Gordon Ramsay. All right? Where you were going weren't never there. Okay? It didn't exist. You were living a lie that your parents, your teachers, guidance counselors, professors, academians, media all lied and shoved up your ass. Now, of course, your parents weren't being malicious. They didn't know because they're, for the most part, ignorant about economics, labor market economics. But they sent you down a path of lies. And now you got out of it without having to pay back these private student loans and without wasting any more time. Here's what I'm going to recommend you. And you can listen. You don't have to. I don't care. There's 2 books. This is how I make my money. And how you save your life. Okay, there's this book called Worthless. The Young Person's Indispensable Guide to Choosing the Right Major. Before you go back and sign up for classes or you're rushing to sign up to go on some other Titanic, why don't you read this book first? It's available in audio too if you don't like reading. It's also on Kindle, which is much cheaper. Read that book. If you don't know what to do, or your parents are forcing you to go to college, or everyone says, you gotta go to college, say no. Read this book instead. Also available in Kindle on the cheap, and, paperback obviously, but audiobook in case you don't like reading. This will be available in like a week or so, so it should be, by the time you inevitably get around, it should be available in audio, okay? This is what you should read if you have no clue what you want to do, and you're kind of like, well, I guess I'll go into culinary school. Well, I guess I'll go to college. I don't know what I want to do. Maybe I'll go and I'm going to take my prereqs and spend 2 years in community college and try and figure things out. No. Here, much cheaper than 2 years of prereq classes that don't teach you jack shit. Reconnaissance Man. Go buy it. I think, $12? Paperback, cheaper Kindle. All right? So, please listen to me. I know your life and your future has been destroyed. That is cause for celebration because it was a nightmare you were going to live. It's like dating this beautiful girl, on the first date. Wow, she's really great and everything. Then you fast forward, she's an insufferable pain in the ass hell bitch who cheats on you and brings home syphilis and herpes and has illegitimate children. I mean, that's what you just avoided. Okay, that is really what or you girls, he's a really good looking guy and he beats you regularly down the road. You find out that's what we're talking about, what kind of a landmine you avoided. And I'm not saying it to make you feel better. I'm saying it's because it's true. What you need to do is reprioritize your life, lower your expectations to what's in line with the real world, not what your teachers and guidance counselors and you can do anything. And fucking Barack Obama told you, no, bullshit, old Uncle Cappy here, he's telling you what's going to happen in the real world. And you can find out by reading those 2 books, and instead of pissing away what time and money you did on these bullshit over at the ITT school, maybe you'll invest in something that isn't a Titanic, but actually sail around the world for quite some time and lead to a great career. You can find me at assholeconsulting.com. You can find my blog at captaincapitalism.blogspot.com. You won't like me in the beginning, but just like the ladies, you'll inevitably come around. So best of luck to all of you kids. You're going to need it. Toodles.